run free and dive into the sky. Hear the wind crying out its prayer. Why are we so ashamed to be alive? Break the chains and our freedom's ours at stake. Going harder, we are more than numbers, standing in this aid. Going louder, we are all one color, standing in their way. Join the army of the shadow. Join the army of the shadow. Join the army of the shadows, shadows, shadows. Join the army of the shadows. Join the army of the shadows. Going harder, we are more than numbers, standing in their shade. Going louder, we are all one color, standing in their way.
Alright, you three. So, from what it sounds like, the kingdoms are beginning to make some moves of their own. Due to this, we need to be prepared. I need you three to take a dog or two and go and find any traders you can around the Dragonlands. We need to find the kingdom supply lines. We're not going to make any moves against the supply lines for now. However, information is what wins wars, and we need information. So for now, go around, scout. If you see an opportunity to lay a trap or two to potentially delay their supply lines or cause this kingdom supply to experience a shortage or delay, enact whatever measures you can to cause the delay, whether it be knocking down a tree over the road, pitfall traps, employ any means necessary to get the job done. Understood? Good. Dismissed. Okay. Alright then. So now... Oh, I just need to wait. Once the information comes in, then I'll be able to figure out my next move. Whether it be direct action or just keeping information. For now, I need to find whatever the kingdoms are getting the resources from. Whether it be cripple the dragon steel production or find where they are keeping their dragons, any damage that I can cause to their production of dragon weapons will serve its purpose of keeping the kingdoms weak and allow it to be a lot easier to cripple them when it comes to the final battle. For now, maybe we want to upgrade the forge a bit. We could probably set up a forge right there and increase production of our own weapons. As while we're hurting the enemy's production, it would not be a bad thing to increase our own. That way, so we can always be one step ahead in how much arms we can output and soldiers we can have active. Now, if we do discover a supply room or something, probably we'll just get a map of it on the board for now, get scouts to look at it. A big siege of a supply hold is not something I wish to do as a fiat, as that would completely ignite the conflict, while keeping it as it is now, where it's just striking from the shadows in small sections. Well, the kingdoms can't do much about that, now can they? They don't know where to attack. They don't have anywhere to attack, and they don't know when they are going to be attacked. Was their resources to be chiseled that eventually the chisel will lead to enough cracks for it to be unstable. However, measures such as that do take time. Question is, how much time do we have left? Yes, this will have to do. Yes, this is a good find. Especially if that trail connects to a craftery, a production area and of their weapons and such. For now, we don't want to do anything as of now that we know where where a potential supply line may be. We want to use this to gain more information, really. So maybe knock down a tree on the trail and put a pitfall trap as well. Hell, either before or after the knocked over tree. He ideally we'd want the caravan to stop at the knocked over tree and the pitfall trap to give way, so the caravan and it's stuck in the pit, and it will take extra time for the kingdom to either recover the supplies when either people investigate if people don't survive the pitfall trap, or to get a squad out here to repair the caravan or get the supplies out of the pit. From there, we can also see where the forces come from, so we can see whether this trail is a major priority and heavily guarded, or if it just comes from the kingdom. Based off your reports, the fact that it is connected to a fortress can either be worrying or it could be very good news, because it could mean the kingdoms are establishing outposts other than their immediate kingdoms, that way, so they have forward fronts on us in the Dragonlands, or it can mean we got really lucky today and potentially have found one of their many furnaces or resource refining areas. If we did find one of their refining areas, then we could potentially cut off one of their major sources of dragon seal, which would be a major blow in this conflict. However, once again, we don't want to act on that until things heat up. For now, we don't want to sit on this information. We could potentially keep hitting the caravans here, as it will take a much smaller force to do so and can be ruled off as thieves, especially with the high importance of the goods. The more the kingdoms think their caravans are being hit, also means the more forces they will place on guarding the caravans, and also that means the weaker their overall defenses will be, since they'll be more spread out through many caravans, which would be overall good news for us. However, we don't want to be out here too long. We don't want to get caught and word to get to kingdoms that we have been seen around a location such as this, so let's hurry, get the tree in the trail and the pitfall trap made. Alrighty. Well, this should would allow for pitfall trap to work. Hopefully it doesn't give way until a carriage or something steps on it. Should be able to support the weight of the horses and soldiers that may walk over it until the carriage goes and comes to a stop on a tree up here. Should force the caravan to have to take a pause as they have to figure out a way around. Probably will just come over this way, but I'm gonna take a second. We're gonna need to take a second there to turn the caravan, which will allow the pitfall trap to take effect as they go to make preparations to turn, I believe. It should work out. With that, it should allow us to just most likely delay a transport of goods, which would be good for us. And it will allow us to gather information of how important these are, and also delay the use of this supply route for a decent amount of time, which will definitely be beneficial to us in the future. For now, be careful around it. I want you guys to stay and just keep watch this area. Uh, just wait until a caravan comes through, see if this works or not. That's that's really all we can hope for. Hmm. Well, stay on guard and report to me if anything happens. So, a carriage did leave from the fortress. Did you get a chance to see what exactly was in the carriage, or is that unknown? Hmm. Dragon steel, huh? Interesting. So it seems we did get really lucky. It seems kingdoms haven't yet established a forward operating base, which is really good. Even though that forge can be used as one, but if that's where the dragon steel is coming from, it's going to be a high priority target in the future. It's a good thing we found it now. The carriage fall for the trap? Good, good. That should put a decent delay on to the supply trip. That is good. Any soldiers killed, injured? Two at least injured. Okay. Hopefully that causes things to be delayed and definitely throws a wrench into Kingdom's operations. For now, just keep watch of the trade route in the apparent forge. Keep note of what goes in and what comes out. I want eyes on that fortress at all times. As keeping an eye on the fortress will allow us to gauge how prepared the kingdom is for war, especially based off how much that fortress exports. But for now, just keep watch. Hmm. Seems we have a decent amount of information to work with. Good, good, good. Things are definitely still in our favor. Well then, that was another episode of DLL. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please consider leaving a like and subscribing. I will put the Discord link for the Legend Discord down in the comment section, so feel free to join that if you want to further support our group. This is Sathir signing out. Peace.